Hello, everybody, and welcome to Owlet Majors action coming at you here today on the Wednesday, quite late at night. We got a nice late night stream going on for you. My name is Piper. I'm going to be solo casting for you today, and behind the scenes we have the lovely Abizzle who volunteered last minute to eating my bacon. So shout out to Abizzle for giving me the ability to solo cast with maybe some competency, but the competency part we'll have to see if that's actually going to be true or not. Tonight we are bringing you a pretty good matchup here. We have the Megs versus Vote Meme Today. The Megs currently sitting in third place, I believe, if the standings are up to date that I have available, and Vote Meme Today sitting in last place. The Megs have a 10-3 record compared to Vote Memes Today's 2-10. Now, I know that this doesn't sound very promising for an exciting match, but if we have seen anything in Owlet, it is that anybody can beat anybody on any day of the week. And you know what? Every match is important. Map differential has huge impacts on playoff seeding and where you end up in the rankings. So it's very important that teams come out to play all the time. And it seems that both teams are motivated. Being on stream gives you a little bit extra motivation to kind of show off for your friends. So I'm sure we'll get a lovely matchup in for you today. We are just sitting in lobby right now. Both teams have gotten their players on, just working out who the starting rosters are going to be. And the first map we are going to see is Nepal. Now, Nepal is quite the interesting map because you do get to of comps, especially on Sanctum. Sanctum has that big pit on the one right side, gives you the ability to, get some interesting comps going on, with Lucios to get the boops. Sometimes you see the pulled port combo with the Orisa Hog, stuff like that. But you'll also see on the rest of the map lots of goats, variants of goats. But sometimes on Shrine, you'll see teams that, like to take advantage of that open space more and run some sort of dive comp. So I'll be very interested to see, as somebody who hasn't really watched or casted a lot of Majors matchups, I'll be interested to see what these two teams are going to run. I believe that, it'll still be a good matchup here. Even in this goats meta we live in, the differences between top teams and bottom teams when you're playing goats can be a lot less than standings indicate. So I'm very, very excited, and I hope you all are too. Like I said, we're just waiting now for the teams. We'll get into this one. Just for your reference, when we do get into it, the Megs are in blue on the left, and Vote Meme Today is in red on the right. It looks like now both teams are readying up. So we should be getting underway here, and we'll have to see what the first point that we see is. And we're just waiting here. Players giving their readies, and we are going to get into the game here finally. Nepal, what a lovely map it is. Control points are one of my personal favorite map types to play, and we are actually going to see Shrine first. So that means we could see plenty of different things. Dive is a possibility here, goats is a possibility here, or maybe we'll even see some triple DPS or quad DPS comps. I feel like, you could get a lot of value out of running a Hammond on this map with maybe 3 DPS or 4 DPS in support. If you want to run that triple DPS, a Lucio Mercy is a good support line. Quad DPS, you kind of got to just rely on that Mercy because she has the ability to fly in between with her shift ability. And I'll be interested to see if they do choose to go the route of quad or triple DPSs as we get the first looks at these heroes. The Megs coming out right away with what looks to be goats. We're going to have Jumper on the Reinhardt, Genosagi on the Zarya, Lord of Flows on the Diva, Trash Panda on the Brigitte, Magic Cat on that Lucio, and Cat on the Zenyatta. Confusing for me and you. And we are going to see the goats coming out from Vote Meme Today. Power Dog 77 going to be powering on the Reinhardt. Deja Vu on the Brigitte. Missa Real Kira on the Diva. Paper on the Zarya. Cherenkov on the Lucio. And Naresh Kigal on the Ana. So we're going to see Ana goats going into Zen goats here. The advantage here should lie with the Zen goats of the Megs, but we're going to see what happens here. And Jumper is going to find that first pick onto Deja Vu, and Jumper is going to charge right in there, and he's going to start swinging away, and that's going to force VMT off the point, but Power Dog goes in. He's going to get stunned up and taken out very quickly by Lord of Flowless, and that is going to be the first tick here to the Megs. They do send some people back, and Jumper already has the Shatter and is going to throw it out to stagger this VMT side, and they are going to clean up here. Mr. Real Kira is going to get stuck outside of mech, and that's going to be unfortunate. You know, 20% alt charge, probably going to actually choose to change over to a different hero and swap back to the Diva. What that does is that resets the alt tracker for her to remech and allows the Diva to come back with their mech. And now we're going to see VMT try to go wide here to the side of the edge of the map where you can get booped off here, and they're going to move up here. Power Dog with the shield up does get that Discord on him, but that is a huge anti coming out, and the Shatter going in is going to catch many people. Cat though does find Deja Vu, and the kill feed is all blue. Power Dog does manage to demech Lord of Flowless, but he's going down fast. Jumper's going to take him down. That's 2 kills for him this fight. Gino is going to get paper, and that's going to be another fairly tidy cleanup going on there for the Megs. The Megs looking dominant here, and I believe their comp is really giving them the advantage. Zen Goats is just so much more dominant than the Ana Goats for the simple reason that once that Discord gets put onto the Reinhardt or really any hero, it becomes so easy for the rest of the comp to collapse all around them and make the kills happen. And we are actually going to see the change onto the Zen Goats coming out from VMT. Uresh Kigal abandoning the Ana in favor. Oh my god, that's a huge boop! Power Dog just deleted by Magic Cat, and that is going to spell disaster for VMT. They're going to run away. Cherenikov getting Jumper with the return boop, but it's going to be too little too late, and Ursh Kigal is going to get caught out by Magic Cat. And time's ticking away now. It's going to be very tough for them to touch here. 5 ultimates on the side of the Megs. VMT really lacking in that ultimate department, and they don't have a lot of time to get to the point here. And going out wide to that coast side was their downfall. 5 seconds here to reach the point, and they are going to the wide. They are going to be able to touch here, so we will see a fight. Jumper is going to use the Shatter. There's going to be returning beats. Jumper is going to charge Mr. Real Akira into Oblivion. The grab bomb combo coming out. Nobody there to shield it, and it's going to only get Cherenkov. Lord of Flowless is actually going to also demech Mr. Real Akira, and the kill feed is going to be all blue here, as it's going to be the Megs looking to clean up VMT here, and overtime ticks away, and we are going to see this first point of Shrine going the way of the Megs. Absolutely dominant gameplay coming out there from the Megs. They had VMT's number at every turn, so we'll be looking to VMT to try to maybe return the favor here. You know, the Megs came out with the stronger comp, that Zen Goats. They used it to their advantage. They were able to run over Power Dog very fast and then run over the rest of that VMT comp. We even saw them pushing almost to spawn, and Jumper using that Shatter that he'd built up so quickly to eliminate the rest of the team. And then they tried going out coast a couple times, just got, you know, the alt economy wasn't in their favor, and then the second push, Power Dog getting booped off the edge, led to that ending fairly quickly. So things have just not really worked out in VMT's favor right now. That last fight, there was a little bit more promise, but they just didn't have the ultimates to see it through. And we are going to see some changes in the compositions here. The Megs are going to go over to the May Goats here, one of my favorite switches to see on this map. And we're going to see the Sombra Goats from VMT. I feel like the Megs here, they are getting to point very quickly, which is going to put their May in position to wall people off on the point, and that is going to have a lot of value. Deja Vu, however, on the Sombra is going to have the ability to get some hacks across here. Gino Saji is looking for the wall. He is actually going to miss it, and that is going to give VMT the chance to get in here, but Power Dog's getting frozen up and discorded, is going to be dispatched very quickly, but Deja Vu able to find a cheeky backstab into Gino. Trash Panda, though, is going to take out his Brigitte counterpart, and this first tick is going to go the way of the Megs, but Mr. Real Kira on the Reaper is actually going to be able to find a kill, and that equalizes things here, and we're going to have to see if he's going to be able to find more value out of this Reaper pick. Reaper, not known to be a particularly strong hero in this meta. Paper does find Magic Cat, and Paper is actually going to find 2. Those are huge frags onto the support line of the Megs. Power Dog surging forward, gets the other two, and Gino here on that Mei is going to have to fall back, and that is actually going to be a switch of the point here to VMT, the first time they have held a point in this matchup, and we're going to have to see if they can keep things going for them here. Ult economy is a little bit more on their side here. They have more ultimates coming up. However, the first ultimate looks like it will be coming online for Trash Panda and Jumper here. Mr. Real Kira, though, is going to get that Death Blossom with the Nano. That's going to be huge. Power Dog isn't able to block everything. Mr. Real Kira and Cherenkov going down, and Power Dog pushes super far forward, but Paper does get the grab. The wall coming out, able to make a big impact, and Mr. Real Kira gets stuck into the corner by that wall, unable to get the Blossom off. Paper, though, is going to find Gino, and that's going to be huge and equalizing things here for his team. But here comes the Megs, surging forward. Jumper is going to find Cherenkov, and Cat is also going to get Paper, and very quickly this composition has fallen apart for BMT. They're now just going to try to stall out for as much point percentage as possible. Power Dog and Mr. Real Kira going to get caught out here as the Megs surge forward and clean them up fairly tidily, and it's going to be back to the spawn room for those two. Ult economy now looking very good for VMT, however. We are going to see the EMP, a huge ultimate, especially against the GOATS team where you have to group up so much. So it'll be interesting to see if Deja Vu is going to be able to get off a huge EMP. Power Dog as well with that Shatter. EMP Shatter could be a great combo to clear them up here. Cherenkov also has the Rally to give his team a little bit more life. We're going to see possibly a Grav Blizzard combo here coming online for the Megs. Jumper close to that Shatter as well, and Magic Cat close to getting that beat that can keep his team alive here. Deja Vu now flanking behind, looking for the EMP, and here it comes! Absolutely huge! Power Dog is able to catch Jumper out, and that's going to be a very quick kill. And that's going to be actually also a flip of the point as four members of the Megs are going to fall very quickly off of that EMP Shatter. Absolutely textbook play. Maybe even didn't need to commit the Rally into that fight as it was cleaned up so quickly. But now that's actually going to swing the ult economy back in favor of the Megs as they are going to have Grav Blizzard, Beat, Rally, Shatter. And all that's really left on the side of VMT is going to be Paper's Graviton Surge. So they're going to have to get a lot of value out of that. Deja Vu getting knocked down to around half. He's going to nope out there. Cat did get hacked by that, but they are going to be able to push in here. Cat also getting close to that Transcendence. Here comes the Grav Blizzard combo. This is going to be absolutely massive for the Megs, and they're going to very quickly clean up VMT. But VMT able to get 80%. But that is going to flip the point over to the Megs, who currently have 60. VMT here, if they win one fight and take the point fairly quickly, that may be the last fight and force some stall picks here from the Megs. The Megs, though, still have strong ult economy with all three of their support ults, plus Jumper, Shatter. All that's really left on the side of VMT is going to be Paper's Graviton Surge, Aresh Kigal's very stellar, well, that's unfortunate, Jumper there, able to find Power Dog, who got walled off from his team, and at 85% here, they're going to need to go and touch point here, and we're going to see VMT making that rotation now as Paper has dropped down and the rest of the team's following. Paper going to need to hit a huge grab here, and Mr. Real Kira make something happen. 95%, you have 5 seconds. That wall is actually going to give some room for some people to get through, and people are going to be on point touching here, Mr. Real Kira, but Aresh Kigo goes down, and that's an absolutely huge Shatter from Jumper into the back line, and that is going to very quickly here clean things up for the Megs. Point number 2 goes their way after a very close matchup, and the Megs are going to take map number 1. I definitely think that we have a good match on our hands here. As we've seen, you know, the Megs showing a definitely, I wouldn't say dominant, but they're showing a strong performance, showing why they are a third place team, you know, a playoff team in this Majors division. But even VMT, you know, they forced this last point to be very, very close. You know, they came out a little flat on Shrine, but they came back onto Village with a strong performance, and I think they showed that they are still here to compete in this matchup. And we're going to go on to map here. Map number 2, I believe, should be Route 66. We're going to see a nice escort map here. We go back to the lobby here. I think this is going to be very good. Jumper there was absolutely dominant. He was definitely the bigger Reinhardt on the field, which is very important when you're playing GOATs. Having a strong Reinhardt player makes all the difference. Obviously, Jumper got lots of support from his team, but he was just making all of the big brain decisions, making some big brain shatters. And I just think that, you know, Power Dog, he had some suspect charges. You know, there were some plays that were a little suspect. So, you know, maybe just got to buckle down a little bit, really focus on making sure you're making those smart Reinhardt plays. And I think that can make a big difference here for VMT. And we're going to see a couple substitutions now. Chaos and Two Shoes are going to come in for the side of the Megs. Gino and Jumper actually going out. Jumper showing he was fairly dominant before. But hey, you know what? Gotta let everybody get some chances to play. Fancy Bunny also going to come in for Lordo Flowless. Not going to be sorry that I don't have to say that confusing name because my pronunciation of things is atrocious. But regardless, we will soldier on. And we are going to see Route 66 here. Route 66, we can see some interesting things happen here. I've seen a lot of Bastion cheese on this map, you know, get some triple quad DPS things going on. You know, especially with the Bastion, it can be really dominant if you sit on the top of the gas station on Route 66. You know, you can just look down, contest the cart, and spray people with your Bastion bullets of destruction. On the flip side, on attack, you know, most teams will play goats, but sometimes you'll also see teams play some dive. So it's kind of hit or miss about what you could see. Another thing that you can sometimes see from the defenders off the bat is the train hold, which is where you sit in the train right next to spawn so that you cannot be seen by the other team from their spawn doors. But you sit there, and the minute that they come onto the cart, you rush out as your goats comp and you obliterate them, right? Kind of blitzkrieg, very fast style. It can be very, very effective. We are going to see some subs from Vote Meme today. Captain Creek coming in for Power Dog, and we're going to see Kingler come in for Cherenkov. Told you guys, pronunciation, not my strong suit. So yeah, it's just, we have lots of many different things that we could see here, and it'll be interesting to see what is going to happen here as we have the Megs up 1-0. They will be on the defense first, the Megs. So I'll be interested to see what they pull out for us. You know, they showed us they are very dominant on the goats comps. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, you know, some goats coming out from them. You know, we saw the train holds coming out. I would not be shocked at that at all on the defense here. And as for VMT, you know, like I said, I think they were close. Aresh, I think, showed that he was a strong Ana, but which doesn't exactly work to their favor if they're playing Ana goats into Zen goats, because Zen goats is just a stronger comp. And, you know, against a team like the Megs, you need to try to play comps that are stronger or on equal playing terms. However, I also don't think that you can overrate a player's comfort on a hero. Even though a hero may be slightly off meta or a bit more of a niche pick, or maybe not as strong as value out of a player playing a hero that he knows very well and that he has a very high skill ceiling on, compared to playing a hero that he's less familiar with and therefore might not be as strong on. So it's all about balance, right? You got to find the balance of playing strong comps, but also playing comps that are actually capable of playing well. And so we'll see what that balance is going to be here. We actually are going to see a bit of a different defense coming out from the Megs. We'll see if they stick with this here. Trash Panda on the Ana, Cat on the Zenyatta, Chaos on the Reaper, Magic Cat on the Ashe. Two Shoes is going to be on that Zarya, with Fancy Bunny on the Reinhardt. And don't debate me. Don't debate me, VMT. Don't tease me like this. So far we've got a Reinhardt, a Lucio Zenyatta, Torbjorn. I might be getting debated here. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. This could be the biggest bait of my life. Or they're actually gonna play this. And the doors open, and they're actually gonna walk out of spawn with this. We are seeing a triple DPS comp. A little bit of a weird... Oh no, nope, they are just simply scouting. Deja Vu is scouting the setup, trying to see what the Megs are going to throw at them. Deja Vu now, you know, 15 seconds into this, they can see that there's a Somber. He's going to go back to spawn and switch over to the McCree. And VMT is actually just going to sit in spawn right now. Paper is going to switch over from the Torbjorn to the Zarya. And we're going to see a bit more of a regular comp here. I am slightly concerned, though. 2 off healers for VMT might not be enough heals for them to sustain through these fights. But that Lucio speed might also give them the ability here. However, we are going to see the Megs sitting up on the high ground of Big Earl's garage, which is going to give them a huge advantage here. But we are going to see VMT here pushing the cart. Good dynamite coming in for Magic Cat burning down the team, and we are going to see Fancy Bunny drop here with the bubble. Chaos going in as well. He's going to find Kingler. Deja Vu able to get the flashbang off and escape as best he can. Chaos is giving chase as the Reaper, and Deja Vu is going to be taken down, and that's going to be a quick fight one for the Megs. Just a couple players dropping from VMT is going to give them that first defense hold. And we're going to see a quick regroup here coming in from VMT as they regroup and spawn. No changes for them. They're still confident in this comp. Like I said, though, I am slightly concerned at the lack of healing. We'll see if it's going to be a disadvantage for them. Chaos, they're just lurking below as the Reaper. And we're going to have to see what they're able to do here. Caps Creek throws a fire strike on top of a gas station, and the cart here was actually sitting up by the sign. It has moved back now. We're seeing an interesting rotation coming up from VMT. It looks like they're trying to get behind the Megs and push up onto the gas station, but it's going to work out, and their favorite Kingler is going to take down Fancy Bunny. Not sure how they allowed that to happen, healers. Oh, but Two Shoes is going to stop Deja Vu mid-ultimate. And the Dynamite for Magic Cat is going to take out Miss Ariel Kira. Miss Ariel Kira. Chaos is going to get 2, and that's going to quickly end the fight for VMT. It started off so well, and then just a couple kills didn't go their way, and that was enough to end their push. Cat, though, did pull out the Transcendence after they got a couple picks. Maybe didn't need to be used, but it is what it is. We are going to see a fairly strong ult economy here for both teams. Both teams having their Bobbert. Both teams are going to have Shatter. We're actually also going to see the Nano for the Megs, which VMT currently lacks. And we're also going to see Graviton Surges, both actually at the same amount of percentage. And the one advantage here is that Aresh has the Transcendence, absolutely one of the most important defensive ultimates in the game, going to give them a huge advantage here as this fight gets started. Magic Cat, though, is going to pick off Paper right away with that Dynamite burn, and that's going to not be good. And the huge shatter coming in from Fancy Bunny. Aresh trying to save his team with that Transcendence, but it's not going to be enough. Fancy Bunny is going to charge Deja Vu into next week, and it is very quickly the retreat for VMT, and Kingler is going to get taken down. They did actually switch over their Lucio to that Ana. You know, maybe you were listening when I said they needed more heals. And Aresh now, after he used that Zen Trance, is going to switch over to Lucio, give his team a little bit more speed. I think that's the right decision here for them on this attack. 45 seconds remaining, and this could be one of the last fights of this matchup. And we're going to see the Bob coming in from VMT, very quickly going to get swept. And the Graviton Surge coming in is going to not be that big, but the Reaper ult comes in. It's only going to find one. Deja Vu clicking heads now is going to get Chaos out of the fight. Also took out Magic Cat, and Miss Real Kira is going to get Cat. The Shatter coming in from Captain Creek is going to clean up the rest of this fight with 15 seconds remaining. The cart is quickly on the move. Chaos not able to get a huge value from that Reaper ult, only able to find one, and I am concerned, though. The Megs did dump a lot of ultimates into winning that fight, and the Megs are going to get a recontest here. VMT does have their Bob and are going to probably have a chance, and there comes the Bob flying in. He's going to get bubbled and charged into Oblivion, but that's going to leave the Reinhardt out of the fight for VMT. Chaos is going to take out Mr. Real Kira. Deja Vu, though, finds Magic Cat's head, and Deja Vu now trying to take out some other people. Chaos, though, is going to go to work, finding Paper. Fancy Bunny charges Captain Creek into Oblivion, and Cat is going to take out Deja Vu. And it is now overtime. Aresh trying to stall, but they're going to fall just short of point 1. Very unfortunate. They were so close, only about 5 meters away. And if they'd just gotten it to that point, they would have had another 2.5-minute time bank. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see them push it the distance of point 1. So the score is going to be 0 for VMT, and they now have a very large hold in front of them. The Megs here have some space. They have 4 minutes to push the cart 80 meters. That is not that far. They definitely have the potential to take this map fairly handily. And if you'll excuse me, chat, I'm just taking a quick drink. This match is so intense that my voice is giving out, as Reinhardt would say. About his shield, not his voice, though, so maybe I am just a pansy. Who knows? And we're going to very quickly here get to see what both of these teams are bringing in store. I would like to see, you know, something a little bit cheesier coming out from VMT. Maybe try to catch the Megs off guard. And the Megs, I like what they're putting down for me here. We're going to see Chaos on the Pharah. We're going to see Fancy Bunny on the Wrecking Ball, the Hammond, Magic Cat on the Tracer, Two Shoes on the Sombra, Trash Panda is going to be on the Ana, and Cat on the Mercy. I would maybe swap out the Ana for a Lucio here, but you know, this is going to give them more consistent heals, a lot more healing, and they might be able to get more done with this. We're actually going to see the Maygoats coming out from VMT, and they're going to actually do the tunnel hold, not quite the train hold that I was talking about, but the tunnel hold is still good nonetheless here. They have the wall from Deja Vu's May, and we'll see if this is going to work out here. This triple DPS comp actually could be beneficial here, especially with all the scouting that the Megs have from it. Oh, and Fancy Bunny, they're probably just scouted out Deja Vu, and the wall's actually going to come in to block for his team. They're actually able to contest the point with that wall. That is quite a brilliant one. Oh, but that's a huge anti coming in from Trash Panda. But Fancy Bunny is going to actually get frozen up there, and he's going to go so low. How is he ever going to escape? But the DPS is just so strong. Chushu's able to take out Kingler. We're going to see a bit of separation coming out here. Deja Vu getting separated from the rest of his team, but VMT are still holding strong here. Deja Vu able to get Fancy Bunny, but Magic Cat is able to find a Resh in the back of the cave there. His Brigitte, Mr. Real Kira, unable to protect him. And actually the Haxian coming down Captain Creek, and he's low now, and he can't actually shield, so he could go down here. Paper, though, is going to find Chaos at the far, but Two Shoes is going to be able to get Captain Creek, and Paper falls himself, and Cat with the res. VMT, you got to back off quickly. Everybody respawn, and you have one last chance to hold them. Not a whole lot longer for the Megs to go before they take this map, and this is getting very concerning here. We're going to see two ultimates online, EMP and a Pulse Bomb, and almost Chaos's Barrage, and really no ultimates alive on the side of VMT. They did switch Deja Vu over to the McCree to try to deal with Chaos's far threat. Captain Creek is going to run out here, but he's alone. He's separated from his team, and Chaos is going to try to drop in here. He's going to find Deja Vu first. He does have the Barrage, and it's going to come in after the EMP, and he's actually only going to get one kill as Mr. Kira take him out of the side, but Fancy Buddy and Two Shoes are going to clean up. And the grab comes in from Paper, but it's looking too little, too late. And that is very quickly going to spell the end of map number 2 for VMT. The Megs taking their second point. I think the Megs showed a little bit more strength. You know, they showed they're a little bit more dominant than they did in that first map, making this one really not that close at all. They did a very good job of holding VMT. And VMT, they made it close, but no cigar on that defense. Just weren't able to deal with the triple DPS threat of the goats. Or, on their goats, sorry. When we come back after the break, we will have a very interesting map number 3 to see if VMT can keep alive. I believe that map number 3 is going to be Horizon Lunar Colony. Everybody's, and I mean everybody's, favorite 2CP, and that'll be when we're back from the break. The Megs leading VMT 2-0. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Owlet stream, hosted on my channel. Before I make you all think you're on the main channel here, we are here with the Megs versus Vote Meme today, and so far we made it through 2 maps in the series. Both of those maps going to the Megs. We saw them show us a strong performance on Nepal, and then show us an even more dominating performance on Route 66, I should say. It was very well played by the Megs, and Vote Meme today now looking to come back with a win on our 3rd map, Horizon Lunar Colony, and give themselves a chance to win out this series. Obviously, they would have to take it to a map number 5, but I mean, hey, you can hope, right? Gotta hope. And we're gonna see what can happen here. Vote Meme today is going to be starting on the defense here of Horizon Lunar Colony. Horizon Lunar Colony, a very interesting 2CP map, not very well liked by a lot of people, but there's a lot you can do on this map. Most commonly, you can see a lot of goats, but you can also see some good Bastion treehouse strats going on. The first point does lend itself well to more Winston goats. That's what you tend to see more in the Overwatch League level gameplay. And you know what? It's very good. I mean, one of my favorite plays on Horizon Lunar Colony this season has been Roar for the LA Gladiators. Pops that primal and just knock everybody out of the airlock into space and off of the moon. Absolutely glorious, and we are actually going to start getting into this one much quicker than the first 2 maps. And we're going to see what each team is going to give us. Like I said, VMT now in the blue, starting on the defense, the Megs starting on the attack. And we'll get our first look at these heroes in about 40 seconds. As I said, when we have a look at this map, there's lots of high ground on the first point and the second point. However, the second point is very closed in and congested compared to the first point, where there's a lot more open space. Second point is a lot more closed in. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some goats, preferably Winston goats. But there's lots of other cheese that you can see. Like I said, the Bastion treehouse strats, plenty of things that we can see. We actually did see a couple substitutions here. Jumper is back in the game. Lord of Lolis is back in as well for the Megs. VMT has put Offensive in the game, and Cherenkov is in for Aresh. I forget who Offensive came in for, but he is in the game. And we're going to get our first look at the heroes now. It looks like the Megs are just going to be running straight goats. Good choice from them on this map. That we are actually going to see a bit of a different, just kind of a 2-2 comp here from VMT. We're going to see the Ryan Zarya, the Lucio Moira, and the Farah Hanzo. Very odd comp from them, especially considering they don't have a, and I don't think they're going to get as much value. Plus 2 projectile heroes could be interesting and give the Diva a lot of opportunity for some big eats. Moira also kind of an odd pick in this meta, but hopefully she'll be able to provide enough healing, but also be able to do enough damage into the Goats comp to keep her team healed up. And we're going to very quickly here see the Megs run up the stairs. Let's see. We're going to see what can happen. Deja Vu is going to find Chaos right off the bat. And Trash Panda, though, is going to equalize onto Offensive there. And Jumper is going to take Captain Creek for a ride. But it's not going to matter. Lord of Lois is it going to be able to find Deja Vu here. And this fight is very quickly swinging in favor of the Megs. VMT, however, is still contesting. Captain Creek gets in there. And he's going to actually knock some people off the point. And that's going to give his team a chance to get back in here. But Kingler is going to go down to Gino. And Trash Panda is going to clean up Captain Creek. And we're going to see this first point here go the way of the Megs. 3-minute time bank for it. That is a very impressive first point take from them. And they're going to have quite the ult advantage coming online here for them. Already almost at their support ultimates. And I get a quick drink of water in me. They've got almost 7 minutes to take this second point. This is going to be a tough defense from the Megs. We're going to see them drop the point now here. People trying to make things happen. Deja Vu's going on a long flank. He's not going to be able to pump damage into the Megs. But he is actually going to find Gino with 2 very swift direct rockets. Trash Panda is going to drop the beat. But we're going to see the Shatter coming in, and Deja Vu gets a barrage kill onto Chaos. However, Captain Creek does fall. But Deja Vu is all over the Megs. He is carrying his team to this first fight win. Offensive is going to contribute with a kill on the Magic Cat, but Deja Vu once again cleaning up. Absolutely glorious stuff from him on that Pharah. I was a little concerned when I saw him taking that long flank, but he was able to turn it around and get some big kills from him, able to find Gino before he could even use that trance to save his team. And we're going to see an equalization of the ult economy here, as Offensive is going to have the Dragons to match Paper's grab. That's a great combo, and Cherenkov is going to have a very, very nice sound barrier to keep his team alive. Jumper does have a shatter. Gino does have his trance, which could be able to, if his team is topped up enough, heal through. Jumper's gonna go for the shatter, but he's gonna get slept up. That was an absolutely massive play, and we're gonna see the grab dragon combo coming in here, and Offensive is going to clean it up with the dragons off of a great grab from Paper. They were able to catch the Megs in that top left room and take them out. Cherenkov able to maintain his ultimate, the beat for his team. Deja Vu is at 76% of his barrage ultimate, and Captain Creek as well, getting back that shatter. So we'll see if we get a barrage shatter again like they did before. We're gonna only see the bomb, the grab coming close to online for the Megs, and of course that trance that Gino just has not been able to bust out yet. Paper we see up front there spamming, trying to get energy and more ult charge. 5 minutes now left for the Megs. They still got plenty of time to do these things. Deja Vu. Oh, Captain Creek is gonna go for a shadow right away, and it's gonna be huge as the anti comes in, and that you can't heal through that purple, and that's gonna be absolutely massive. Great play there by Kingler to land that anti, and that's gonna allow for a very quick cleanup for VMT. VMT is absolutely popping off here. We've seen some great stuff from them, and the great thing here is as well, Captain Creek, that's his shatter. That's the only ultimate they invested into this fight. That is going to be absolutely big, as Deja Vu does have the barrage going into this fight, and that'll give Paper and Offensive some more time to build up their ultimates. Cherenkov still hanging on to that beat, and Kingler here coming up to his nano, but Magic Cat is going to have the grab to match Lord of Lowless bomb combo. Gino, however, is going to go low from a direct rocket. He does have that trance, though, to keep himself and his team alive, and the nano is going to go into Captain Creek, and he's going to be able to find Chaos, who is already low. The trance coming in with the grab bomb combo, and Paper and Cherenkov are gonna fall to Lord. The shatter coming out from Captain Creek is not gonna be able to find anything, and Lord of Lowless has gotten 3, make it 4 kills, and Deja Vu didn't find anything with his barrage. I just missed that. Cherenkov used his beat, but unable to sustain for his team, and finally some things go the way of the Megs here. Paper tries to throw the grab in there, but it's gonna be very quickly beaten, and they are going to take the point with a fairly sizable time bank left. Great push from them there. You know, we did see the first pick go the way of VMT, but then for whatever reason, Deja Vu wasn't able to find anything with his barrage. You know, Captain Creek wasn't able to find anything with his shatter, and just ultimates did not work out that well for them. Captain Creek kind of got away from his team, and Paper and Cherenkov got caught out in that bomb, and both died to the bomb, and then Lord of Lowless just went absolutely massive and got 4 kills in that last fight to give them a respectable 3-minute and 30-second time bank here as VMT goes to the attack. They need to at least finish with time here if they want to keep themselves in this series. So we'll be interested to see what they pull out here on the attack. That 2-2-2 comp, I was a little skeptical, and we saw on the first point it did not work that well for them. However, on the third grind, we saw them able to put in a lot more damage and get a lot more value out of the comp and make some things happen with it, especially with the ultimates. Kind of petered out in the end for them, and we are going to see a bit of a bunker comp, I believe, coming out from the Megs. Chaos on the Junkrat, Jumper on the Orisa, Magic Cat on the Ashe, Lord of Lowless on the Diva, and Trash Panda on the Lucio, with Gino on the Ana. We'll see what they're going to do with it here. We're going to see a very similar comp to the one we saw last time from VMT, except they've swapped out Cherenkov onto the Mercy and Kingler onto the Lucio instead of the Ana-Lucio duo that we had going on before. Cherenkov now going to be able to pocket Deja Vu so he can pump in damage boosted rockets and get kills even quicker, and he was absolutely doing work on that Pharah. And actually, you know, with a big ultimate and some big plays, he was able to clean up a couple fights for VMT. So I think giving him, you know, the ability to make more happen is going to be absolutely massive. However, Magic Cat is going to have something to say about it on the Ashe, trying to counter Deja Vu, and he's going to knock him low a couple times. However, that pocket is going to come through and help. And oh, Kingler is going to get caught out by Chaos's mine there, and Jumper is going to clean up Deja Vu, and that's going to be a very quick reset for VMT. They do have 3.5 minutes left to play with. They have the time to go back and reset. Offensive, however, is going to find a cheeky little Hanzo headshot onto Magic Cat, and that's going to give, you know, a bit of an advantage here to VMT, as their spawn room is much closer than that of the Megs. The Megs all the way back at point number 2, whereas VMT's is right around the corner, and they're going to now be able to push a 6v5 in their advantage. We're going to see them go underneath here. They're trying to get to point. Good play by them, trying to force the bunker to get into a position on point. They don't want to be on Deja Vu. Gonna go low, and he is actually gonna get caught out there. Cherenkov probably should have been pocketing him, and we're gonna see the Diva of Lord of Lawless drop. They're gonna give that first tick up to VMT here, and maybe even Jumper is actually gonna drop so that they don't drop that. And that was some weird stuff happening there with Captain Creek's charge. He wasn't able to get anything done. Offensive, though, is gonna be able to find Lord of Lawless's mech, but Captain Creek is gonna fall to Gino. Offensive, however, is putting in work, is gonna find the head of Magic Cat once again, and here comes the tire from Chaos. It's going to find Kingler, but Deja Vu back from respawn is going to be able to find 2. Offensive finding Lord of Lawless. And Jumper is going to try to equalize here. This is anybody's fight. The beat coming out from Trash Panda may just gave the advantage here to the Megs. Deja Vu and Cherenkov both falling to Jumper with his bongo drum of death. Now, 2 minutes left. Only 1 tick gained by VMT. They do have to capture this first point to give themselves a shot at the second point, but we're going to see some ultimates online here. That grab dragon combo that we saw be so effective for them earlier is going to be online here, and that's going to be dangerous here. As we see, the Megs are all playing close together. Lord of Lawless is going to have to try to do something like maybe eat it, and oh, Jumper's going to find Deja Vu right away. Deja Vu is close to that ult, but we're actually going to see a cheeky res. Oh, but Cherenkov, you sacrificed your life for a res that just allowed Deja Vu to get deleted. And that's just more ult charge in Magic Cat's bank. And Magic Cat does have the Bob. Jumper going to find Paper as they try to get out. And that is a minute of time wasted. Not a great push from VMT there. A little skittish trying to go through that left side. I don't know why they didn't try to go underneath along the right from their spawn like they did the first time. I think that was very, very beneficial. That got them to point. That got them a tick. And they almost won that fight. It really just came down to a couple people on each team and 1 or 2 ultimates not going their way. And I think now with a pretty good ult economy like they have, comparative to what is on the side of the Megs, going to the right here could be huge for them. We are actually going to see them go to the right here, except they're going to choose to go up top, which is going to expose them to a lot more spam from the Megs, and they're actually going to push right into them there. Captain Creek, oh my god, he gets absolutely launched into the air, and we're going to see the grab dragon combo come out, and it's going to find Chaos and going to find Lord of Lawless's mech. Cherenkov is going to res Captain Creek, who went down to Magic Cat, and Bob is coming in. He knocks Captain Creek into the air, which means he's unable to find anything with the shatter. Bob did do something, but Captain Creek with the charge is going to find Trash Canada. Lord of Lawless, though, is going to take him down in his baby Diva 4. Deja Vu switches over to Gino, and Cherenkov trying to battle Mercy gets taken out by Magic Cat, but Paper comes in with 2 huge frags, and he's going to find Lord of Lawless with some help from offensive, and that is going to be point number 1 to VMT. They have 4 minutes now to capture point number 2, and they need to do it with time. However, they did have to commit a lot of ultimates to that fight. So now we're going to see 3 ultimates on the side of the Megs. So it should be a pretty easy first fight win here for the Megs, as VMT just tries to build up that ult economy and get it equal. We're going to see the fight up top here. Jumper back onto that Reinhardt. His probably preferred hero, I would believe. He is a very strong Reinhardt, as we have seen. Let's see what they're able to do here. Captain Creek's shield is going to get low. He is going to get bubbled and swing away on Jumper. Oh, and that dynamite's going to connect. But offensive is going to find Jumper as Jumper goes low and his teammates are unable to sustain. And they're going to start running in here. Offensive is going to find another, and Captain Creek finds the 3rd. It is now a 6v3 in favor of VMT. Magic Cat is going to equalize onto Deja Vu. But now Cherenkov got taken out by Lord of Lawless's bomb. That should have never happened. Kingler, though, is going to be able to find Lord of Lawless before he's able to remake. Paper going to find Trash Panda, but Kingler gets taken out by Magic Cat. Jumper finds a cheeky charge onto Captain Creek. Offensive is going to get taken out by Chaos's Tire, and Paper will get Magic Cat, but he is going to try to run away as Jumper is in his face. But Paper's going to take out Jumper, and that's actually a huge stagger in favor of VMT, and they have 5 ultimates, almost 6 going into this next fight. It is going to be a very ultimate heavy fight here. I can't wait to see this grab dragons combo. It's helped them find so much success. There is the grab, and there is going to be the dragons as well. Going to be unable to find a kills. They only got 2 people in that grab, but it is the 6v3 already for VMT, but Captain Creek misses the block on the shatter, and Jumper is going to come up absolutely massive for his team, equalizing things almost instantly. But offensive has something to say about it as he comes back with 2 massive frags. And Chaos is going to roll in with the Hammond and force him back and actually get that cheeky kill. Bob is going to come onto point to force Paper to get out, and Paper is going to die with all that charge. 2.5 minutes remaining for VMT, but they made some good use of that ultimate, and they have 3 ultimates, almost 5, sorry. I cannot count, chat. Comparative to the 0 ultimates of the Megs. We're going to see them go up top here. They do have the beat from Kingler and the nano onto Cherenkov. Captain Creek does have that shatter. There's the sights going out. Going to give the whole team the positions of all of the Megs players. And Chaos is going to be rolling around in the back. He does find that mega health pack. Trying to escape with his life. And it looks like he's going to actually get away with it with some help from some friends. Very odd composition. 3-tank composition from the Megs here, kind of playing Chaos on the Hammond as a DPS, but Deja Vu is going to open it up with a pick on a Magic Cat. That's an absolutely massive pick for his team. Magic Cat have been putting in work, and Offensive is going to find a kill on a Trash Panda. Chaos going down to Deja Vu as well. The nanos come out. Captain Creek is going to try to shatter the backline, unable to find anything, and that's going to be a good split dragon coming out from Offensive. Gives his team the opportunity to put some work in on the point. Deja Vu is going to find Gino. Jumper with the shatter is going to get 2, and that's going to actually lead to a kill on Offensive, but Paper does take out Jumper. Deja Vu gets the kill on the Magic Cat. Captain Creek gets Trash Panda, and the kills are going every which way. Chaos trying to delay, but he has to get off the point. Did Chaos know that the point was so close to being capped? That's almost a letter number, if you ask me. And that is actually going to be the second point taken with 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining thereabouts for VMT. So that's a good take by them. VMT is going to stay on the attack here as they have less time compared to the Megs. The Megs sitting on that cushy 3.5 minute time bank. VMT lacking a lot here. This is where you pull out the pocket strat. Your ace in the hand, you know? You got to make a big play here. You got to do something fast. 1 minute and 20 seconds is really only 1, maybe 2 fights, depending on how long they go here. And I think that you need to do something absolutely cheeky here to at least get a tick on this point so that you have the chance to win the map. And it looks like we're going to see Goats coming out from the side of VMT with a Torb. No Torb Goats, please. And we're going to see the same bunker strat coming out from the Megs. I like that. They had success with it. Really only got defeated once VMT was able to get ultimates online and put them to good use. They know with only 1 minute and 20 seconds, not going to be a chance for ultimates to really be built up very quickly by VMT. So I think this is a good decision by the Megs. And, oh, we're going to see, oh, got baited. They're going to go full Goats here. I think the Symmetra would have been a good choice. Teleport your Goats comp over to the point, avoid the bunker altogether. However, we're not going to get to see anything more, but they're going to go super fast underneath to point. This is the play VMT needs to make. Oh, but that's a huge anti by Gino, and they're just going to have to try to kite it. Hope nobody dies, and nobody does die from that anti. They managed to survive through it. Lots of damage, though, coming in, and players from VMT are going low. Magic Cat is going to open up the killing onto Cherenkov. Jumper finds Deja Vu, and the kill feed right now is looking pretty red. Deja Vu did manage to find Lord of Lilith's mech, though. But really not any more kills here coming in, as it's going every which way now. Chaos gonna actually find Paper's mech there. Kingler, though, is gonna find Chaos, and that's actually a huge kill for VMT. 30 seconds remaining. Kingler does take out Trash Panda, but Magic Cat comes in with 2 big kills for his team. 30 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like it's gonna have to be a reset here for VMT. Unable to get that first tick, 20 seconds remaining. This is gonna be very difficult. They don't really have anybody in a position to touch, and I'm getting very concerned that VMT may not be able to touch this point. And ultimates are already on the side. That Bob is gonna be huge. So many ultimates on the side of the Megs. I don't think they can do it. 8 seconds remaining. They're gonna have to go fast, right to point. We're gonna see Captain Creek go in there, try to get the touch on the one side. 3, 2, they are on the point. We don't have to worry, but Chaos gets 2. That is absolutely massive. Bob coming in, looking to do something. And Bob is gonna do something. Does find some kills. Gonna help clean up VMT. And the Megs with the full hold in round 3. And that means that we're really not gonna be able to see much come out here. 3.5 minutes left for the Megs to take a tick and win this map. VMT just unable to get a tick there, so no chance for the VMT to win this, which is unfortunate, but we'll see if they're going to be able to hold the Megs here. See what we're going to see for both teams here roughly in about 10 seconds. VMT here, come on guys, pull out something cheesy. Show us that, you know, the memes are alive. Where are the memes? I demand to know where the memes are. Your name is VMT, vote meme today. Where are the memes? I want them. So let me see him. Oh, look at that, chat. It's almost like they were listening to me. It looks like we're going to see the Symmetra Bastion strat here. The main concept behind this strat, of course, is that you have a bunker strat, with, a Bastion, Orisa, Diva, Mercy, a couple other heroes that you would normally see in those compositions, and you put in the sim with the teleporter, and you tip-top teleport around, right? So they'll set up on one side, all of a sudden, boom, sim teleporter up, right? Teleport across. Perfect way to kite around goats, because goats like to get nice and close and then speed into your face and dump cooldowns into your bunker. So this is a great way for you to set up your bunker so that you can't have that happen. However, I don't like this initial positioning from VMT. I would play over in the more aggressive positioning that we saw from the Megs with their bunker strat, but I guess they're trying to, offensive just fell to point, and they don't have their teleporters up. Offensive is in a very bad position right now. They're just waiting to get these teleporters up for offensive, and there it is. They put it up. Offensive, run for your life. Oh, he's gonna get back up there. Oh, but the great debate as the Megs baited it out and then went back up top, and they're gonna get kills right away in their favor. The Mercy, Bastion, and Moira going down, and that's gonna be the match right there, ladies and gentlemen. The Megs getting an absolutely brilliant deception play on to VMT. They saw that offensive had dropped to point. They knew that they were going to sim teleport them back up top. They waited on the stairs. The minute they saw them teleport back up, they rushed them and got the kills. That is some big brain stuff from VMT, and I see why this team is so high up in the standings. And this is, of course, Lord of Lawless popping off with that huge bomb. Finds Captain Creek, looks up, finds Deja Vu as well, and that really was huge for his team. So that is going to be 3-0 for the Megs, and we're going to go up number 4. And I'm blanking on what map number 4 is right now, but we are going to see a map number 4, and my lovely producer has just informed me through means of communication that I cannot disclose to the public that we are going to be seeing Blizzard World as map number 4. VMT trying to keep their map differential from getting too bad here. Hopefully they can get a win here and keep this series tight. And of course the Megs, in the push for position, are going to want to get as many maps as possible. So we'll see what is going to happen here as we see Blizzard World. Now both teams now just making some substitutions. Blizzard World's an interesting map, but judging by the way we've seen this stream go, I would not be surprised if we saw, quite simply, more guns. Did see some variations, but I feel like the Meg's just gonna run goats. They know it works for them. But yeah, I don't know. We've seen some 2-2-2 coming out from VMT, but didn't really work out that well. So we'll see what's gonna happen. And we're getting the R's from both of these teams here. And we'll see what is going to happen. We're going to get into it here. Like I said, goats can be pretty strong on this map for first and second point. And third point, really. Goats is just pretty strong overall. However, if you're on second point defense, and you can try to play some dive or stuff like that to try to disrupt some goats comps, you do have the high ground that you can use to your advantage. However, it's very easy for the goats to rotate onto that high ground. But if you have good Widow players and good Fire players, there's lots of open spaces and sight lines that can be used to their advantage. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some of Deja Vu's Pharah coming back into this. It wouldn't be completely out of this world to see that sort of stuff. So we'll have to see what these teams are bringing to the table. We're just getting a couple substitutions now, like I mentioned. And then we'll get you guys this final map, and we'll see what is going to happen. It doesn't look like we'll be seeing too much going on. Couple people coming back in for each of these teams. Trying to give everybody equal playing time, as of course Owlet is a development tournament, meant to help develop people get up to masters. There's the minors, which is really just under I believe the cutoff is you should be under 2,700 when you join, and then you can climb to above 3K before you graduate out and kind of graduate into the majors. And then the majors is diamond, right? So you play in that diamond range. Of course, there are players that are below diamond that play in the majors, to fill up those rosters. But yes, the maximum that you can go to is masters. Once you get into masters, you graduate from the majors, and then ideally, having played in a team environment for 1 or 2 seasons, you'll have the capability to go to some higher level teams, open division, stuff like that, and continue on into the path to pro, Overwatch, and hopefully, get somewhere with it. Because of course, that is the goal of Owlet, to help develop players and their skills, and not just develop players and their skills, but also to develop casting and producing and esports journalism as well. There's a great community of casters, producers, journalists along in Owlet. There's lots of content made for Owlet from these people. They're absolutely amazing. Like I said, right now I am working with one of them right now, Abizzle, absolutely great producer who volunteers his time to help produce these Owlet matches, and he does an absolutely fantastic job, along with all the other Owlet casters, producers, and other personalities that make the production as amazing as it is. And if you are interested, of course, you can head over to the Owlet website, find the Discord, and hop in. And we are actually going to get into the map here, as both teams are ready. Blizzard World. Let's see what these teams are going to throw at us. I'd love to see some cheesy stuff here come out from VMT. We're actually not going to get a side swap, which is kind of odd. Usually you see those things, but hey, what can you do? Beggars can't be choosers. For map number 4, we're going to see VMT start on the defense. We're going to see Mr. Real Kira back in the game. Aresh coming back in as well. Over on the side up, we're going to see Fancy Bunny, Two Shoes, and Chaos back in the game, I believe, compared to last map for their respective counterparts. And we'll get our first peek at what they are going to be playing here. Hopefully I don't get too debated like I did on Route 66. And it looks like we're going to see from the Megs in red, a fairly standard 2-2-2 here. We're going to see a Pharmacy along with the Rein Zarya, an Ana, and a Genji here. We actually saw Two Shoes go over the Bastion, but I feel like that's more of a troll pick to make my life difficult. We're going to see a 2-2-2 conversely coming out from VMT on the defense. Captain Creek and Deja Vu, the Rein Zarya combo. Mr. Real Kira on to the Ashe. Paper on the Torbjorn, trying to channel his inner Defran right like that. On the Torbjorn, Aresh on the Ana. He's been absolutely massive as the Ana, and Kingler on the Lucio. I like this comp here. It does have the potential to do some good damage to goats, but also has a potential to be effective against other comps as well. And we'll see what Paper can do on that Torbjorn. Everybody loves a good Torb show. And we are going to see the Rein Zarya, Farah, Hanzo, and we're actually going to see a Zenyatta Ana instead of a Mercy to heal Chaos. And Chaos is going to go a little bit low. Does get healed up, though. And that Torb turret is going to work. Does get taken out by Chaos, however, and VMT is going to fall back to point now. Chaos raining death from above. And Gino is actually going to find Mr. Real Kira. Deja Vu does equalize on the Two Shoes, but Fancy Bunny is going to find his counterpart as well. And the kills are in favor of the Megs right now. Fancy Bunny finding another, and it looks like kills are very quickly going to be in favor of the Megs as the Megs start capping point number 1 with around 3 minutes remaining. Very nice push from them. They get some good ultimates online. We're going to see Trash Panda with the Nano, Fancy Bunny with the Shatter, Chaos and Gino both about 60 to 65% of the way to their ultimates, and Cat coming along about 60% to that trance, but Two Shoes falling behind with only 23% on the Graviton Surge. No ultimates on the side of VMT yet. They're going to have to get some up to equalize this ult economy here. Captain Creek getting close to his as he goes in on Fancy Bunny. He goes low, is able to get out, but his shield is breaking. And oh, Fancy Bunny's going to go for the Shatter. Does get blocked by Captain Creek. And the counter Shatter comes in. Gets 3. Huge counter charge, though, coming out from Fancy Bunny as he's going to be able to block Captain Creek from being too effective. But Deja Vu does find Chaos in the Chaos. And we're going to see both Thanos coming out here, but the Dragon is going to catch out Captain Creek, and Fancy Bunny's going to take him down. and Two Shoes finds Kingler, and very quickly, VMT is going to fall apart with the loss of their Reinhardt. Absolutely fantastic counter Ryan play there from Fancy. Even though he didn't block the shatter of Captain Creek, he's able to come in and get the counter charge and protect his team. And that's what we all love in a good Reinhardt, is the ability to protect your team. Some ults coming up now on the side of VMT. They do have the beat along with the Graviton Surge and almost a Bub. However, we're going to see 3 ultimates coming up for the Megs. But 2 players of the Megs go low right off the start. Mr. Real Cure is going to get Gino. The grab, though, is coming out for the Megs. And Captain Creek here trying to get some work done on the ground. And there's the grab from VMT. Actually, Captain Creek is going to die to the people in the grab. Mr. Real Cure, though, is going to take out Chaos. That is both DPS down for the Megs, but the Megs are going to push on regardless. And Fancy is going to get the shatter, but he's going to cost him his life. Two Shoes, though, is going to avenge him with the death of Kingler. Paper, though, is going to get DMEC'd here. And we're seeing a bit of what I believe to be a transitionary comp from VMT. Oh, and the Bob Shatter is going to come in and actually help them win this fight. This is absolutely the brawliest fight I have seen in a while, and that Bob stopped the point right before they capped it. 3.5 minutes though left for the Megs to push it to point number 2 before they get some additional time. Kingler is going to find Gino in the kind of lull in the fighting here, and we're going to see some things happen here. We do have Grav, Barrage, and Nano available. And almost Dragons as well available for the Megs, so lots of ults on their sides. Paper does almost have his bomb, and Aresh almost has the Ana. We're seeing kind of a quasi-Goats comp here from VMT, except with an Ashe instead of a Brigida. And Gino is going to find a quick headshot into Mr. Kira, and that cannot be good. The grab and Barrage coming in, it's going to be absolutely messed as Two Shoes and Chaos combine to clean up VMT, and they're going to be able to cap point number 2 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining, and that's going to give them an additional minute 30, putting them up to over 4 minutes. VMT does not have a lot to deal with here. Both teams about equal in ultimates. You're going to see Gino be able to use that Dragon soon. Paper does have the bomb, and both teams have their nanos available. Fancy Bunny going in here swinging. He does get antied, and he's going to go down. Aresh able to hit a huge anti, but Chaos is able to equalize by getting Aresh, avenging Mr. Real Kira, and that is a great Dragon, splitting off the front line from the back line there, and that is going to leave Deja Vu out to dry. He's going to get taken down. Mr. Real Kira gets taken out by Gino, and the Meg train is rolling along as Kingler decides he's had enough of living. The MT, though, however, is getting a bit of an ultimate advantage incoming here. We're going to have to see what they're able... We're going to have to see if they're going to be able to do anything with it here, as the cart is getting dangerously close to completion here. Captain Creek going low, and he's able to get behind, gets a huge fat 4-man shatter, but Fancy is able to turn around and get his own huge tower and take out 2 as well, and the kills are going every which way. It's trade after trade after trade, and Chaos with the barrage tries to make something happen with it, isn't going to be able to get any kills, but does find Kingler before he barrages. But Mr. Okira does claim his life, but that is not going to be enough, as the Megs are just able to scrape out a win in that fight. But the respawn advantage is not in their favor, and VMT is going to surge out of spawn, and the Megs are going to go for a bit of a soft reset here, fall back. Let's see what they're going to be able to do here. They do have the Graviton Surge. Cat using that Valkyrie. Fancy Bunny is going to find Kingler with a swift fire strike, and it's 2 grabs into each other. We're going to see Paper throw the bomb. It's going to be huge, getting 2, and that's going to give VMT the life that they needed, and they're going to push on and clean up the Megs. Trash Panda doing a good job of staying alive. Does hit a pretty big anti. They're going to give him plenty of ult charge. However, it is going to be the cleanup. Not quite a team kill. Wasn't quite clean enough for that, but it is going to be a full hard reset here for the Megs. VMT doing an excellent job there with the grab bomb combo of Deja Vu and Paper. And absolutely fantastic stuff from them. Two Shoes did use his grab in that fight. Now they don't have it to combo with the Dragon of Gino. So we'll have to see what they're able to do with it here. Fancy Bunny now going in for the aggression. Captain Creek does get bubbled perhaps a little early there, and that is going to be a cooldown they want. There's the Dragons coming out. It's not really going to split many members of VMT. Kingler really the only one that gets into a little bit of trouble, and he's actually going to be able to beat, and there's going to be the shatter block from Fancy Bunny as Captain Creek is not able to get it through his shield. Captain Creek with the nano unable to find much, but Fancy Bunny's shield is going to go down, and Paper's going to be able to capitalize on that and get the kill. But Chaos, though, is going to equalize, but Paper able to get Cat. Oh, but it is still trading here. I thought VMT had taken this fight, but the Megs are going to come back with a vengeance and get a couple of big kills and staggers onto them. And the VMT is going to now be running for their life to spawn, hoping and praying that they're going to get one last contest as a full team here as the Megs push onward. Plenty of ultimates in their department. VMT really lacking here. We're going to see the Dragon come in here, tries to find somebody coming out of spawn, going to be unable to find anything. And Two Shoes is grab coming in, and Chaos is going to get the barrage, but he dies right away, but does manage to take Kingler with him, but the kill feed is all red. Fancy Bunny, Gino, all contributing here. And the Megs are going to take it with 45 seconds. Going to get a full push here from them, which means we're going to have to see a full push here from VMT with time if they want to finish this map with a chance to win it. Of course, like I mentioned, it is very important here to get map wins for standings in playoff seeding. So the Megs not going to want to let off the gas here. They're going to really want to keep things up here, but it's going to be tough. VMT has undoubtedly been of these matchups, so hopefully we're going to see them pull out maybe a little bit left in the tank and get something going with the Megs, but I don't know if I see it happening, and I'm not really sure what the issue is here for VMT. I'm trying to diagnose the issue, you know, but it's just they're getting trades, but then the trades just don't go in their favor. And I think in those last series of fights where they get a first couple picks, and it might be down to just plain over aggression, where they get those first couple of picks, the Megs back off, VMT surges forward into a space maybe where they can't be supported by their healers, maybe down cooldowns, and the Megs just are able to capitalize on that, counter push with the people they have left, and get some action going on. So unfortunate to see, you know, like I said, there was some trades. VMT did have some potential, and maybe, you know, looking at this VOD, they'll be able to go, yes, this is where those couple of issues are, and be able to find out some solutions and come out a stronger team for it. We are going to see a 2-2 comp here coming out from VMT on the attack. We're going to see the Ryan Zarya combo, Deja, and double hit scan, actually, maybe expecting Chaos to be on that Pharah. We're going to see Deja Vu on the Widow, Mr. Real Kira on the Ashe. And we're going to see a similar 2-2 coming out from the Megs, except they have a Zenyatta instead of actually, they have different supports altogether, and they're going to have two projectiles, the Hanzo and the Junkrat. Lots of spammity, spam. VMT opting for precision, the Megs opting for just sheer spam. Deja Vu looking for a couple picks into the back line of the Megs. Going to be unable to find anything as VMT rotates around here. Oh, and Deja Vu is going to get taken out by Chaos's Mind. Not sure how that happened. Missed that, and Gino's going to fall Captain Creek. And now it's 4 members of VMT behind enemy lines, outnumbered. However, they are not the Airborne, and they are not going to be able to get out from that. Aresh able to escape with his life. And Kingler as well actually managed to get a little sneaky beaky as Paper decides committing Toaster Bath is the better way to go here. We're going to see a couple swaps here. You know, the VMT, sorry, recognizing that the Megs lacks a hit scan player. Deja Vu is going to go over onto that Pharah with Aresh on the Mercy. That is going to be absolutely huge for them. Not going to be really contested except for Gino's Hanzo and Cat Zenyatta, but even that is not a hard counter. It's more of a soft counter. We're going to see what VMT is going to be able to do here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining on this push. They're going to go around to the right of point here. Try to get something going here. And the fight begins. Both Reinhardts swinging away. Kingler going to use that coalescence to keep his team up, in Chaos with the tire. It's actually going to get destroyed, and he's going to lose his life. Trash Panda, though, with the nade is going to be able to equalize onto Captain Creek. This is anybody's fight right now. Like I said, the trade's coming, but Gino's going to pick off Deja Vu with the Storm Arrow, and that surely is going to spell a 1 fight for the Megs. And yes, 2 more frags come in favor of the Megs, and VMT is going to lose yet another fight. 2 minutes remaining, and only really their Bob, Shatter, and Grab available to them. We're going to see almost 5 ultimates available on the side of the Megs. You're going to have that very strong Grab Dragon combo. They're going to have Fancy Bunny with the Shatter, which we've shown that he knows how to use. Cat, of course, with the Transcendence to keep his team up, and Trash with that Nano is going to be huge. Like I said, kind of lackluster ultimates on the VMT side here. Minute 30 seconds remaining here before they even start this push. They're going to have to get something big done here. big indeed. Good dynamite there coming in from Mr. Real Kira. However, it doesn't help. You already have Bob, and there comes Bob. Gonna knock up Fancy Bunny. And Captain Creek there maybe could have gotten off a cheeky shatter, but he is gonna get off a shatter straight in the face of Fancy Bunny. But he is gonna go down. The trade's going in. Bob is doing something. Doesn't actually get a kill. But this is really anybody's fight. Cat is gonna trans there. Gonna keep Gino up, but it is a 4v2 now, and VMT is actually gonna take that fight. I wasn't quite paying attention to the way the kill feed was going there, but VMT was able to come in there, get a couple key kills, and came away with a good fight victory there. I thought maybe it was closer than it was, but I must, missed a couple key kills. And VMT now is going to have a couple of strong ultimates. They're going to have Valk, Barrage, Grav, and but that is compared to the 4 ultimates on the side of the Megs. So it's going to really be who can use that Grav combo first. Is it going to be the Grav Dragon or the Grav Barrage that comes out first? VMT making a smart decision here, taking the high ground. However, they're unable to really have their Owlet to support them, and we're not going to actually see any real combos used as people are a little bit skittish to get things started. Mr. Real Kira is going to get things up, but Deja Vu is going to come in with the Barrage, finds Chaos. Paper able to find Trash Panda with all that damage done, and very quickly VMT has used a couple big ultimates here to help them win this fight, and that cart is still steadily chugging along. Kingler sitting there. Fancy Bunny though is going to find Paper, but Captain Creek responds with a nice fire strike into Fancy Bunny's face. Chaos now decided he's had enough, is going to swap over to his own Pharah, show Deja Vu how it's done. But the ult advantage here is looking good for VMT. They have near 4 ultimates. The Meg's really kind of lacking here, and with 3 minutes and 40 seconds, I mean, last points are always the hardest to push through, but I could see VMT finishing this with time. We're also going to see Gino swap over to the Ash, and hopefully they'll be able to get some work done with that. He's going to hit a dynamite on the Captain Creek here, and both teams now kind of poking. Captain Creek is going to push forward, get some swings off. Oh, but Gino's going to delete Deja Vu. Captain Creek is going to get the huge shatter, but he isn't expecting the counter shatter from Fancy, and it is going to be massive. And Captain Creek gets charged into oblivion, and he's trying to return to home, but he is going to lose his life in the process. Two Shoes does get slept there, but it is going to be the retreat for VMT now. But Deja Vu does hit a nice pick with that Pharah. Does hit a nice pick with the Widow, onto the Pharah of Chaos, but he is going to get rezzed up there by Cat. And Fancy Bunny is actually going to hit a cheeky little fire strike on Mr. Real Kira, but that also is going to get rezzed. That's what you have Mercy for, boys. Everybody loves that extra life. Ultimate advantage here is looking pretty equal. We're going to see Bob thrown in way into the back line of the Megs. He's not really getting, he's getting some stuff done. Captain Creek, though, is going to find some kills. Deja Vu as well. And it looks like they are going to get some push done here. And Paper is actually going to hit a nice grab onto 3 members of the Megs, and the kills are going to come in, and that's actually a pretty huge stagger, as there's about a 10-second delay between 3 people dying and the other 3 people dying. They're going to be able to get lots of push off of this, as the Megs now forced to sit in spawn as the cart makes its way. Captain Creek is going to go for a cheeky flank shatter. He's going to see Fancy Bunny charge for pass. Use your shatter now, Captain Creek. Why are you hanging on to it? There it is. He's gonna get the mercy of Cap, but Chaos comes in with the brush, gonna find 2, but Kingler takes him out. And trades are going every which way. Fancy Bunny is gonna get a huge shatter as well. And the Megs there with 0.05 meters are able to get the contest and win the fight off of a huge shatter and huge barrage from Fancy Bunny and Chaos respectively. The ult economy not looking that great now for VMT, but they do have 1 minute and 30 seconds, so they do have the time to kind of build up some more ultimates and then throw them in the face of the Megs. But the Megs only really have their Graviton Surge, and Sights here actually might let Deja Vu get a couple big picks here. But Gino is also looking for picks himself onto the squishies of VMT. VMT, though, is going to start going in here. Captain Creek. Oh, we've got a Boostio. Aresh gets in the way of Captain Creek getting it. It is the Boostio. Oh, but Fancy Bunny doesn't get blocked by his Lucio. Mr. Real Cure, though, is going to find Chaos. Oh, but Captain Creek gets taken out by the Nano onto Fancy Bunny. Minute remaining here. Cat is going to get the res off. Kingler looks like he's botted out. Did he just want to die? Very odd stuff there from Kingler, looking like he botted out there. Maybe he was just trying to reset now. 45 seconds remaining. VMT does need to push this with time, so they need to win this fight quickly. We are going to see a couple ultimates coming online here that they definitely could build up for this fight. Two Shoes, though, has hung onto that Graviton Surge, and that could be absolutely massive here. Fancy Bunny almost has another Shatter. Chaos does go down. That's a huge opening pick here. Gino, though, is going to equalize with a nice headshot. Damage boosted onto Paper. The Bob, though, is thrown into the backline of the Megs. He's going to be able to put in some good work. Cat is going to get a big res as Captain Creek goes down. 20 seconds remaining, and everything has gone wrong for VMT. It looked closer than it was, but with some unfortunate picks, VMT now not going to have a lot of time here. They need to finish this map with time, and Kingler's out of the game. Kingler's out of the game, but the fight has already begun. Everything's just going to keep going, and that is going to be it. The Megs taking map number 4, completing the sweep of the series on to VMT, showing a strong performance, showing why they deserve to be in the top 3 teams. Good game to both of the teams, but yeah, the Megs showed their quality through today. VMT, like I said, really in the mid-fight, lacking the killing ability, even when they were up the advantage instead of down, just unable to win those really, really crucial fights. Definitely, the Megs just had the better team today. And we did see a bit of a weird thing. Not sure what happened there, but it's not going to matter. So that is going to be the end. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today for VMT versus the Megs. The Megs, of course, coming away with the series sweep, the big 4-0. We got to see some pretty good Overwatch. I hope you all enjoyed. Once again, my name's been Piper, casting for you all by my lonesome, but not quite alone, as I did have the wonderful Abizzle producing for me. So everybody give a big shout out to him for saving my bacon and producing. Great game all, and everybody have a good evening, and thanks so much. And we'll catch you next time.